Good morning, students. Let us start Module 3, Lesson 1. Module 3, Lesson 1. The name of the lesson is Overview of Industrial Sector Competition Act 2002. For your convenience, I have divided this lesson into two parts. In part 1, I'll discuss about industrialization in India, measurement of industrial production, IIP, composition of industries in India. This is part 1. In part 2, we will discuss industrial growth since 1991, industrial policies and regulations, Competition Act 2002. So let us start with part 1. Industrialization in India. Industrialization is the process whereby the focus of activities shifts from agriculture to industry. It is a part of wider modernization of a country with technological innovation. Industrialization involves use of superior techniques of production, adoption of modern techniques of management and organization, favorable political and legal environment, availability of natural resources, finance and supply of skilled labor are required in the process of industrialization. The industrial environment underwent major changes when the new industrial policy was announced in 1991. Measurement of industrial production, IIP. The Index of Industrial Production, in short IIP, measures the general level of industrial activity in the economy. The All India IIP is a composite indicator that measures the short-term changes in the volume of production of industrial products during a given period. IIP has been revised from time to time by shifting the base year. Recently, the IIP base has been shifted to 2011 and 12 from the earlier base of 2003-04. Now, next point, composition of industries in India. This question can be asked, explain the composition of industries in India. Industrial composition can be studied under two heads. One, functional composition, and second, ownership composition. Functional composition. This is called as use-based criteria. Industries can be divided into 5 groups. That means under functional composition there are 5 types. Number 1, primary goods, capital goods, intermediate goods, consumer goods, infrastructure or construction goods. Primary goods. This category of goods includes mining, electricity, fuel and fertilizer products. The sources of these goods are natural, that is land, water, wind, etc. Second, capital goods. A capital good has been defined as any product or equipment used as a plant and machinery for agricultural, industrial and commercial activity. Fabricated metal product, machinery and equipment, electricity machinery, motor vehicles, transport equipment, etc. are some of the examples of capital goods. Third point, intermediate goods. Any good produced as an incomplete product is called as intermediate good. Plywood, semi-finished steel atoms are the examples of intermediate goods. Next, consumer goods. Consumer goods include the product that are directly used by the consumers. There are two categories of consumer goods: consumer durable and consumer non-durable. Consumer durables are the products directly used by final consumers and having durability of more than 2 years. Phones, garments, TV, washing machine, etc. are the examples of consumer durables. Consumer non-durables, products that are directly used by consumer and cannot be preserved for a long period are called as consumer non-durables. Examples: medicines, packaged foods, etc. Next point, infrastructure or construction goods. These are the goods that cannot be categorized as consumer durables or intermediate goods. They are complete by themselves but cannot be directly consumed. For example, cement, paints, electric cables, etc. Now the second composition, the first composition which we discussed, that is functional composition. Under functional composition we discussed there are 5 types of goods, that is primary goods, capital goods, intermediate goods, then consumer goods. In consumer goods there are 2 types of good: consumer durables, consumer non-durables, and fifth is infrastructure or construction goods. The second composition is ownership composition. This classification is done on the basis of public and private ownership of industry. As of 31st March 2017, there were 331 central public sector enterprises, out of which 257 were in operation. There are also state level public sector enterprises, but majority of industrial units are privately owned. Yes, students, this is what you have to write about the composition of industries in India, the industrialization in India, and measurement of industrial production, that you should give as an introduction in your answer. So the question can be, explain the composition of India. You have to cover all these points. Thank you.